Very good morning, my dear students. Okay, coming to the next another method problem of handling boundary condition, that is penalty method. Okay, so in this we are going to solve the bar problem by using what penalty method. Okay, the main difference between elimination method and penalty method is in the elimination method the known values we are going to delete the respective. In penalty method here we are going to add some values, that is a maximum save values to the known values. Okay, then modify, you are going to get the answer, that is stress, strain, displacement, reaction, all those things. Okay, that is the main difference between the reaction and elimination method. That is what the elimination method and the penalty method problem. Okay, so here also in the whole this module 2 I am going to use the SBRL textbooks problems, that is images, all those things. Okay, here whatever I am going to what you are going to see the images, that is from the SBRL textbook. Okay, so here same syllabus will be there. Okay, that is a type 2, that is the same method of bar, that is a problems we are going to solve by using two method. Okay, one is elimination method and penalty method. Okay, so far we studied about what we solved by using what we applied method is elimination method. Okay, so the same problem we are going to solve by elimination method in this videos, that is upcoming videos. Okay, so that is a stepped bar problem using penalty method. Okay, so I look at in the question in the also in the examination also you have to read the question properly, whether they are asking which method. Okay, that is penalty method or elimination method. Okay, so here I am going to use the penalty method. Okay, so far we solved by using elimination method, that is going to delete the respective row and column. So in this we are going to use the penalty method. Okay, so question given like this, so same procedure will be there up to step number 4, same procedure from fourth module onward, that is fourth step you are going to change something. Okay, so that is question given like this. I will read: using penalty method of handling boundary condition, determine the nodal displacement stress in each element and the support reaction in the bar as shown in the below figure due to applied force of 100 kilonewton. Okay, so and Young modulus for the first material, second material. Okay, so look at the diagram first. Okay, you have to using the penalty method of handling boundary condition, you have to calculate the nodal displacement. Okay, so look at, just to observe the diagram this. Okay, so it is made up of two elements. Okay, first element is made up of steel and second element it is made up of two. Okay, the first element diameter is 60, second element is diameter is 40, so that is the larger diameter, smaller. Okay, so and exactly the at middle two, the force is acting 100 kilonewton. Okay, so and the length of first element is 800 and the length of second element is 500 mm. Okay, so for node 1 is also fixed and node 2 is also fixed. Okay, so you have to calculate the nodal displacement. Okay, so this is about the diagram explanation, and note on the given data first. Okay, so here there are two elements will be there, so note on the two elements separate data. Okay, so given data P is equal to 100 kilonewton, that at node number 2, and E for the steel, Young modulus for the material 1, this consider this is the material 1, this is material 2. For steel the Young modulus is equal to 200 gigapascal, that is 2 into 10 to the power of 5. You have to convert that into Newton per mm square or megapascal. And the second element, that is E2, this copper, the second element is equal to Young modulus is equal to 100 gigapascal into that is what 100 gigapascal, which is into what 1 into 10 to the power of mega pascal or Newton per mm square, both are unit. Okay, F2 they given 100, that is F2 is equal to 100 10 to the power of 3, that is force is equal to that. I modified this. Okay, so here if you want to solve means we need required area, so diameter is given. How to calculate area for first element? You know the formula pi d square by 4. Okay, so that you have to substitute the formula first. Okay, that is area is equal to what? Area is equal to pi by 4 d1 square. We have the formula this. So diameter for the first element is 60, so you are going to get 2827.43 mm square for first element. Okay, so first you need to calculate the area and similarly calculate the area for second element, that is A2 is equal to pi by 4 d2 square. Okay, so diameter for the second element is equal to 40, so substitute you are going to get 1256.63 mm square. So area 1 and area 2. Okay, also the length is given for first element is 800 and second element is 500. Okay, so length of the element 1 and length of the element is equal to 2. So after calculating all these things, that is here the area is not given, instead of area they given diameter. You have to calculate the diameter, take diameter and you have to calculate the area. So what is the area formula? Pi d square by 4, that is okay, that is pi by 4 d square. This is formula for the both the bar. Okay, once if you know the area for the both the element, then apply the procedure. Okay, same procedure will be there. Okay, so first step is finite element model. Okay, so in this diagram, compare the diagram, you have to construct this finite element model. That is what, so here the two elements will be there. So this is first element, this is second element. So node number you have to consider wherever the this joint will be discontinuity will be there you have to denote the node. So node number 1, this is node number 2, node number 3. So node number 1 is between 1 to 2 and node number 3 is 2 to 3. This is element number 1, element number 2. So force is here So force F1, F2, F3. Okay, F1 will become 0 and U1 will become 0 because it is a node fixed, and similarly U3 and F3 will become 0 because it is fixed. Okay, so F3 is acting, that is 100 kilonewton they given, and length of element for a first element is 800 and length of second element is 500. Okay, so this is element number 1, this is element number 1. Q1 stands for displacement at node number 1, and Q2 stands for displacement at node number 2, and Q3 stands for displacement at node number 3. Okay, so coming to the second one is calculate the element stiffness matrix. Since we have the two element in the given problem, that is for steel and copper. For the steel, we have the formula of stiffness matrix for bar element is equal to Ke by Ae by Le 1 minus 1 minus 1 1. Okay, for first element, so it is belongs to node number 192. So substitute area and Young modulus L1 here in this and simplify. You are going to get 10 to the power of 5 7.068 and like that. Okay, so that is, since it is belongs to node number 192, so I have to denote 1 to node 1 2. These are called as global degree of freedom. Okay, second element for the copper, so again you have to same formula you have to use here. So substitute all the values here, you simplify this equation, that is you are going to get the 10 to the power of 5 into 2.513. so 2.153 have to multiply inside this matrix, you are going to get 10 to the power of 5 2.513 minus 2.153 and like this. Okay, so since element 2 is belongs to 2 and 3, so node number is 2 and 3. Okay, this is most important. Okay, so by denoting what the node, this node number, so this is called as node number. Okay, so for first element 1 2, second element 2 3. Why it is 1 2 and 2 3? Because node number is, for first element is, it is only the 1 and 2, second element is only 2 and 3. Okay, so this according to this only had to calculate the global stiffness matrix. Okay, so this is what the calculation of the element stiffness matrix. So here while solving, this is most important. Okay, so don't calculate here this is 10 to the power of 5, this is 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so you have to solve this such a way that both should be, outside should be, you have to power keep it same. Okay, then only you can solve the make it the global stiffness matrix is very easy, that is to taking common is very easy. Okay, so next one is global stiffness matrix. Okay, global stiffness matrix is equal to what? K1 is equal to K1 plus K2. So since here 3 nodes are there, so 3 into 3 matrix. Okay, so how we, so here in the both the common 10 to the power of 5, 10 to the power of 5 common is there, take here 10 to the power of 5 common. Okay, so how we got this 7.086 means, here look at, this is the node number belongs to 191. I already told this in the previous class, like this 191. So here not there, so 191. So 7.068 is there, here 191 not there, so 7.068 plus 0 is equal to 7.068. Like this you have to calculate this global stiffness matrix according to the node number, simply don't add it. Okay, so according to the node number you have to add, you are going to get this is called as global stiffness matrix. Again the nodal displacement vector, so here 3 nodes are there, right here U1 U2 U3, and global load vector. So since it is the 3 forces are acting, so F1 F2 is equal to, so this is 0, F1 and F3 which is equal to 0 because it is fixed are there. Okay, so in F2 they given axial load exactly middle, that is 100 kilonewton, substitute there. Okay, then equilibrium condition Q is equal to F, so substitute the global stiffness matrix, displacement and force here. Okay, so once if you know this, means here from here onwards we are going to change. Okay, so if they ask elimination method means you have to delete first row first column and third row third column, but they are asking penalty method. Okay, so penalty method means just something different is there. Okay, that is from the figure, that is boundary conditions are Q1 and Q3 are fixed. By using penalty method we have to substitute this value, that is this is a standard formula. Okay, that is the penalty method, C of maximum of Kij into 10 to the power of 4. Okay, so maximum value of the stiffness matrix is 9.581 into 10 to the power of 5. Okay, this is the maximum value for 9.5, which is the maximum value from the, look at this diagram. Okay, so maximum value from this global stiffness matrix is 9.581. Okay, so substitute here 9.58 into Kij, 10 to the power of 5 is there here, this is the maximum value is K 9.58 into 10 to the power of 5. So substitute here 10 to the power of 5 into 10 to the power of 4. If you simplify means C is equal to 9.581 into 10 to the power of 9. Okay, this value you have to add wherever fixed nodes are there, that is the things. Okay, that is K is equal to 10 to the power of 5. So this value, so first and third value you have to add here. Okay, first and third 7.06. Okay, if you add this value means you are going to get this 95, that is 95837, and here last value. Okay, so 95837. Okay, so after adding this, that is this value should be added K11 and K33. Okay, in the global stiffness matrix, then this equation can be modified like this. Again also you have to substitute this the force vector, that is global load vector is equal to F1 plus A1. Okay, so F2 as it is because it is not a fixed, and F3. Okay, so this F1 and F3 we have to add this value. Okay, C value. Okay, after simplification you are going to get this equation. Okay, F1 okay, so So where a1 and a3 are the spring displacement and equal to q1 and q3 respectively, that is a1 q1 and since u1 is equal to a1, that is equal to 0, so you are going to get 0 only. So here f2 is equal to 100 into 10 to the power of 3. So this is the only change in the penalty method of handling the boundary condition. I hope you understand this. Okay, so this I will repeat again. In penalty method, use this formula and observe the global stiffness matrix maximum value into K as e, and you have to calculate the C value. This C value you have to add wherever fixed nodes are there and simplify. Along with this, you have to add in the force also. Okay, so this is the procedure. Then also from the modified equilibrium equation can be written as like this. So here K1 we have added and here also we are added. Okay, so again for simplification, you are going to just don't delete here respect to one column, just use multiply this. You are going to get the q1, q2, q3 value. Okay, so q1 is equal to 7.69996 into 10 to the power of 6, q2 is equal to 0.1044 and q3 is equal to 2.73 into 10 to the power of minus 6 mm. Okay, so these are the displacement for the given bar. Okay, that is you have to write in the matrix, that is fashion, that is q1 is equal to, this is q1, q2, q3. Okay, q1 is equal to 7.699 into 10 to the power of minus 6, q2 is equal to 0.1044 and q3 is equal to 2.73 into 10 to the power of minus 6. These are the displacement. Okay, similarly calculate the stress in each element. This remaining procedure is same. So since for first element it is belongs to node number 1 and 2, so u1 and u2 have to take, that is q1 and q2 value have to take here. So if you simplify this, means stress in each element is equal to 26.098 megapascal you are going to get for element number 1. For element number 2, so here the displacement value going to changes. So here instead of 1 2 you have to write here 2 and 3, you have to substitute, you are going to get minus 20.879 megapascal. Okay, so these are the stresses. What is the formula for stress? Stress is equal to E by LE minus 1 1. Okay, so this is the formula. You have to substitute in this equation. You are going to get the stress in each element. Since only the two elements are there, you have to calculate stress 1 and stress 2. Okay, stress 2 means here minus indicate what? The stress is acting opposite direction. Okay, so megapascal or Newton per mm square both are same. Okay, support reaction. So in the support, how to calculate the support reaction? It is very important here. Okay, so in the elimination method, reaction going to calculate R is equal to KQ minus F, but here the formula is Ri is equal to minus C Qi minus Ai. Okay, number of node here, I nothing but the number of degree of freedom. Okay, so that is fixed node number. Okay, for support reaction 1 is equal to R1 is equal to minus C Q1 minus A1. Okay, C value already we know and Q1 value already know and A1 is already we know, which is equal to the displacement values, that is 0. So R1 is equal to minus 73769.86 Newton. And support reaction at 3 is equal to what? R3 is equal to minus C Q3 A3. Okay, so C value you know, Q3 value you know, A3 value you know, substitute you are going to get the R3 value. Okay, like that you have to calculate what the support reaction. Okay, so here main thing is the reaction, that support reaction formula going to changes, and here and the penalty method we are going to calculate the maximum C value, this value, and substitute wherever fixed nodes are there. Okay, modified you have to calculate the global stiffness matrix and you have to solve, you are going to get the displacement, stress, strain, all those things. Okay, so this is about the using penalty method of handling boundary condition. Okay, same problem you can solve by using two method. Okay, that is one is penalty method and the elimination method. So I hope you understand and you know the difference between penalty method and elimination method problem. Okay, so we will stop this. Okay, I hope you understand this. Okay, thank you very much.